Welcome to the Wakefield Doctrine, the theory of Clarks, Scotts, and Rogers. This is take 2, and I'm trying to do a quick between point A and B in the path I'm taking today to help keep the time down, how long it takes me to get from point to point and how long I spend talking to you. Probably you'll see this on Sunday. Hey, look, I was just thinking about that Janine. I think I mentioned something about doing a call-in interview thing, and so let's just ratchet up the pressure. Everybody who hears this should go over to her blog, which is fairly excellent. The Mommy Holic thing. You'll see it on the blog post, right to the right of where my voice is coming out. I could point, but then I'd be getting in the way of the hat. Anyway, go on over to her place. You'll like the blog. Anyway, write a comment. Say, hey, Janine, do the interview. That kind of thing. All right. So, what for a quick post while we stop and watch the telephone mantis guy working over the police don't like this. I'll just come right down and not take the police's pictures because they'd not be liking that anymore. And we're back. Basics of the Wakefield Doctrine. We're all born with that capability of experiencing the world as one of 3 characteristic worldviews. The worldview, the personal reality of the outsider, which is Clark's, and the world of the predator, that's Scott's, and the herd member, the Rogers. And that we all, at a very early age, for reasons not yet understood, we pick one of those worldviews, and we call that our predominant worldview. We never lose the capacity, capability, potential, whatever you want to call it, of the other 2. That is so important that I'll say it again. We may have we all have a predominant worldview, but we all have the potential to experience the world as the other 2 do. Frankly, that fact is why you're listening to it. If you're not a Clark, if you're a Clark, then you're listening to it because you guys you're Clarks. But everybody else, and I'm thinking about the Rogers and the Scotts who might be out there, you're doing it because you've got a secondary Clark-like aspect. I'll bet you $1 trillion, and I'm not to exaggerate. Anyway, that's the really, really basic thing to it, and it is the key to all of this. I guess I'm leading around to, of late, the discussion, the conversation's been going on is about projects and improvements and things like that. Cindy over at the Tude and Denise over at Gurley have been talking about, the idea of, all right, you want to do something and it can be done and all like that, but how do you shape the world? How do you change things? And this is the kind of thing that I suspect, again, because you're still listening, because if you're not, then this is a non-statement. It's, if the speaker references you and you're not listening, is he really saying anything? Ha. Anyway, so that's where the doctrine is really about. It's fun. Everybody likes the spot the Scotts and the Rogers. And it's helpful to understand our spouses, our girlfriends, our boyfriends, understand their behavior. But at the root of it all, at the base, what drives a lot of it, for me anyway, is the potential in all of this that there is a way of bringing out my secondary and tertiary aspects. Having said all of that, as I did about the secondary, everybody having a secondary Clark, if they're not predominantly a Clark, I will say that not everyone has secondary and tertiary in any measurable significant amounts. I've got a friend who's a Scott, and that's pretty much all he does. So, as a result, good friend and all, but very little curiosity, very little other stuff, I'll put it that way. But you guys who are listening to this are in that class of having at least a secondary and probably a tertiary. I'm an example of a Clark with a significant secondary Scotian aspect. Okay, good. Frankly, my big project, if there's such a way of saying that, is what the hell I'm going to do about my Rogerian tertiary. It would be useful. It's getting there. A lot of this stuff is getting there. Those of you who are in on this thing now, you guys will be the old timers in some future date when they'll say, "Oh yeah, you used to hang out at the doctrine, huh?" You know, you get the looks of awe and respect like all young people give to old people. Anyway, today is Saturday. Therefore, as night follows day, drives follow Wakefield. So we will be doing our Saturday night drive. I will extend the invitation. Oh yeah. One other thing. We've been getting some friends from the continent. I'm thinking of the Considerer. She's over in the UK, and a couple of other, Melanie and others over there, Jen, I believe, in Germany. I've been inviting them, but they have that damn time zone thing. Not our fault. They seem to have been born that way. What's that line from? Anyway, so I've been suggesting that perhaps we'll do a Wakefield Doctrine late night, a drive late night. All I need to do is figure out the Skype onto the phone that drives the I use my cell phone for the Saturday night calls. So anybody who's got any ideas on that or expertise on utilizing Skype into a smartphone, let us know. Give us a call tonight. The number is over to my right. Again, I point metaphorically to the right of this page, which is my left and your right. So give us a call. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's educational. And I'll see you guys tonight. Bye.